Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome to my Rome Total War Remastered Greek City-States campaign on the RTR Imperium Surrectum mod. In today's video, I want to do a full campaign in one video with the challenge of uniting the entirety of Greece, eliminating the Macedonians, and conquering the Italian peninsula and eliminating the Roman Republic. If I can't, I'll consider this video campaign a failure. Let me know other campaign challenges you'd like me to do in the comments. So let's now make Greece great again. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, welcome to the campaign map. So we are back on the RTR Imperium Surrectum mod, which changes a fair few things. It gives historical authentic units to all factions, and it changes the starting position for Greece, for example. So we have Sparta, Athens, Crete, we also have Sicily, but we also occupy Massalia. We have Dionysus of Sparta in Syracuse, and as you can see, all these units are custom as well. So I think firstly we want to push against the Macedonians. We're going to have to keep an eye on the Gauls over in Massalia. We've also got Rhodes as well to the south. So here is Kilomenes of Sparta. So we're mostly the Spartans in this playthrough. Family tree wise, our line is secure. We have an abundance of Spartans. I have 4 male heirs, which is fantastic, and some of them already have males heirs as well. So he's got grandchildren, which is cool. Okay, let's get cracking. So, I could roleplay and maybe never give Sparta walls, but then it'd be a little bit exposed, and I kind of want to grow the city of Sparta. Show a really good trading settlement, because we do have a port there, so I think we'll go with communal farming for now. We'll roleplay a little bit. Okay, so in Athens, let's build some mines to get those finances growing, because Athens is going to naturally grow quite a lot. Rhodes as well, we'll eventually invest in and get our military going. Let's get a communal farm in Syracuse as well. I'm happy with that. Okay, military-wise, we'll look at that in a moment after our diplomacy. We want to try and get trade rights as well. We want to become a maritime empire in the south. And we also want to try and keep the Gauls off our back. So let's try and get trade and an alliance with the Gauls, because we are going to be going to war with the Romans and the Macedonians eventually. So I will offer an alliance, map for map, and trade rights with the Gallic tribes. And they've accepted. They actually border us in Anatolia, quite close near to Rhodes, as they do have Galatia, the Gallic tribes in Anatolia technically. Let's move my spy to Corinth, because we want to try and get into the city, so we can strike the Macedonians first. There's a small pike army in there, which can be a little bit difficult in a defensive siege, and I also want to negotiate with the Carthaginians as well. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Okay. So let's have a look recruitment-wise. So in Sparta, we actually do have some Spartans, and we've also just got hoplites that we have access to and can retrain. So let's get one hoplite unit in Sparta. We've got some like Massalian units there as well. So we've got a little bit of unit diversity, which is cool. Yeah, Royal Syracuse hoplites. That's awesome. Okay, so we can negotiate with Carthage at Lilybaeum. I think making an alliance with them is probably a good idea. Same with the Gauls, because the last thing we want is to deal with either one of those two factions when we're fighting the Macedonians and the Romans. So hopefully the Punic War doesn't really kick off. And another alliance has been announced. Perfect. Oh, look at this. The Macedonians have actually left Corinth, the fools. We're going to be able to use this to our advantage. This will save us doing the siege of Corinth, especially with pikes. My spy actually got kicked out, so we're going to have to bring him back in. So what I'll do is, we might actually be able to get inside. No, okay. I was going to say, if we actually get inside the city, we'll siege out Corinth. But we'll fight this one on the field. So let's move the Spartan units up, and then the army from Athens. Perfect. So we do outnumber him slightly. Not by much, only about 300. But let's fight the Corinth garrison here today.
Now lads, time to be a better business. Pull your armor on, shoulder your shields, and mark all commands. Our foes are gathered. And remember this above all, the gods are watching from Olympus. Make sure they are not ashamed.
Okay, do not put on a shameful display, boys. The gods are watching us from Olympus. Okay, so let's move the Spartans up here. We haven't got hardly any infantry in this, so we're going to have to use our skirmishers and archers as best we can. So let's put the archers behind there. Cavalry here as well. Okay, at the start of the battle and get stuck in. So let's have a look at the units as well in this mod. If you guys haven't seen the units for the Greek city-states, they are a little bit similar to the Macedonian roster, as they are both Hellenic. So here are the skirmishers. Here are the Spartan infantry. How fantastic do these guys look? Crazy that this has all been done in the Rome remaster. Pushing up here, so we've got 3 units of pikes we have to deal with. We should be alright because we have an abundance of skirmishers, but we do have to be careful charging in from behind even against pikes, and they have some of their own skirmishers. And then we've got our reinforcements coming from the left hand of screen. Okay, so we'll try and get some angles with our skirmishers. So let's move the Spartans up and the archers, and we'll try and angle them on the left and right like this. Okay, and we'll try and hightail these reinforcements in as best we can. So I want to be doing more videos on Rome Total War Remastered on this RTR Imperium Surrectum mod. And they are still updating this mod. It's still a little bit of time before version 2.0 comes out, and they have the fully expanded mod, so I will be playing that when I get access to it. My archers should be able to get some shots off here, and we'll just reform these Spartans just a little bit nicer. So they aren't actually in range. I thought the range of these would be a little bit better. I'm thinking more so of Rome 2. Maybe they've made them a bit shorter, which is probably a bit realistic, because skirmishers and cavalry can be a little bit hard to balance on mods. Okay. Because it's either like, depending on the mods, it sometimes just goes to, well, this is a melee focused mod or a cavalry focused mod or skirmisher. You just got to sort of find out the meta. DI is good for that because they change it quite a bit, and they go about buffing certain factions and units and stuff. Last time I played DI, there was a really good Barbarian update. That's been some time. Maybe I need to play more DEI Divide et Impera. It's been a while for Rome 2. Okay, so my cavalry here has made quick work of those skirmishers at the back. My reinforcements are now here as well. The pikes don't really know what they're doing because they're getting conflicting orders. Just got to be careful with my skirmishers because they can be a little bit foolish. We are playing on, what is it, ultra unit size, so field battles like this can be okay, but settlement ones can be a little bit difficult. I still like playing on ultra rather than the large. But our Greek archers are raining fire and death upon the Macedonians, and we're really doing a number against the Corinth garrison. Okay. So they're running down there. Got to keep an eye on that. Okay, some pikes are trying to push into our Spartans here. Let's pull them further back. If we can run them around, that would be good. Okay, pull the archers back. Our peltasts, or skirmishers, are still hitting them from behind. But yeah, just trying to think what other factions. There's still a fair few factions I haven't done. Spain, Greece, obviously. Doing it now. The Gauls, the Carthaginians, the Seleucids, Pontus. There's still a lot more. So they're actually engaging me here now. We're going to be able to hold them relatively okay. But it's just making sure we hit those skirmishes from behind. We could go in with a cavalry charge in the rear, but sometimes... Oh, that's annoying. The general unit got hit there. So we'll try and surround it with infantry, actually, because sometimes when you charge generals in the rear, you can lose them, which is annoying. Okay. So 3 units surrounding pikes from the sides and rear, not allowing the front Spartan unit to charge. It should be enough to break that down. They are shaken, but they are still holding for now. We even got some skirmishers hitting them from the side. They are wavering. They've lost 50%, but we're losing a little bit more than what I'd like. Yeah, pull them out. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit better. Now charge back in. Alright, get my archers and stuff to halt. Alright, sweet. So they are now in a full retreat. Awesome. That was a really fun field battle in the wheat fields of Greece. So a clear victory. Casualties inflicted 700 there. And we only lost 70 or so of our own. Okay, so the war with the Macedonians did start a little bit early. Sometimes you like to try and wait a couple of turns, but that's a huge opportunity to try and destroy the Corinth garrison. Trying to fight that in the narrow streets of Corinth would be difficult. Would lose a lot more men in an offensive siege like that. Okay, temples wise, I can't quite remember off the top of my head which one I like. I think whichever one gives trade. I think there's a really good trade one. Aphrodite, I think it's Hermes. Yeah, that's what we want. We're still currently sieging out Corinth. And we should be able to take the city now. Our siege equipment has been built. Our spy is just a bit of a failure in this series. So they've only got about 300, so we can auto-resolve this one quite easily. There's nothing too menacing there. So a clear victory, and Corinth has now fallen to Greek city-state occupation. We're going to enslave and we'll send the population around, but now we have the statue of Zeus under our control. I've sent the army from Syracuse to Messana. We want to try and occupy the entirety of Sicily if we can. The siege equipment has been built. There's not too much of a rebel garrison in there, and Dionysus can take Messana, the holy port city. Okay, so I've sent a diplomat to the Romans. It's probably not a bad idea getting trade with them, but it's going to be a little while before we push against them. We might want to try and take out the Macedonians before we declare war against the Republic. The Antigonid Kingdom, the Macedonians want a ceasefire. No, thank you. We have got them massively on the back foot. Give me your settlements and I will. No. They don't want to give us Larissa.
Until next time.
We've mobilized the Greek force, well, in Greece. We're going to be pushing towards Larissa now. We'll move my spy in. So only a small garrison there. We'll start sieging it out as well. And our spy has failed once again. This guy's not good. Okay. Still going around trying to get trade rights and diplomacy with other factions. We've run into the Spanish, the Celtiberians in Numantia. So let's try and get trade and map information. If we can. Paint the map a bit. Okay, I've sent the army from Rhodes to try and take Crete as well. Another small rebel garrison that we can deal with quite easily. Only Cretan peasants inside. Okay. We had an army just sitting in Massalia, so we've sent it to Vienna. Hopefully this doesn't draw any Gaulish forces towards us. Okay, so the Macedonians have moved up an army here in Larissa, but it's nothing we can't handle. And what's inside here? So 2 generals, cavalry. Yeah, we outnumber them with this one. So it's the factionaire Gyraz. That would be an important scout, and Aeolus as well. So a clear victory. We're taking more of the Macedonian family tree out, and we'll replenish and repair where we can. But so far, we're doing pretty well in Greece. Pella has a bit of a garrison. A lot of rebels up there, crikey. Okay, I skipped a little bit ahead. We're sieging out Pella. Looks like the Thracians have taken Zora. And I wouldn't think that the Macedonians would have many more territory left. This could be their final battle. They've got their faction leader Antigonus there, another general as well, and a pretty decent army inside. So we'll fight this one, as it is the Macedonian region capital.
It's a good day to die, but better still to live and remember brave deeds done well. So let your battle cry put fear into the enemy's hearts. Call to the heavens, sons of Greece, and fight with honor.
Okay, let's start the deployment. Right, so this is Pella, their capital. This could be the last of the Macedonians here. I feel like we just blitzkrieg them too much. Oh, the gate's open. Oh, we might not even need that siege equipment then. If we're going to be able to envelop them from multiple gatehouses, which is cool. Alright, let's restructure this then slowly. Let's put the archers further up. Still might be able to skirmish quite a bit. But yeah, I think they were just sort of dealing with us. Once they lost Larissa and Corinth quite quickly by Zora to the Thracians, they were pretty strangleheld. Rushing the Macedonians early on can be a pretty decent strategy, regardless if you're on this mod or vanilla. So we'll go for a three-pronged attack here in this city. Now, although we've opened the gateway, I'm actually kind of okay with moving my ladders up, because it'll give us a multiple access into the city, because sometimes with pikes they can just plant a pike unit at the gateway and it's nearly nigh impenetrable to break. But here is the siege for Pella. Here are the brave men of a united Greek city-states. Some sort of Delian League, I imagine. I don't know exactly. What was the one? I can't remember off the top of my head. What was the league between Sparta and Athens? Let me know in the comments when they were allies. We've got Corinth under our control as well. But it's just the northern Macedonian provinces which are rebelling. Okay. So they've put a lot in their town square, which is fine. Okay, so they do have a couple units there. Okay. So let's drop that. We might be able to just charge on in. You know how I was worried about those pikes? They haven't moved anyone up there, so we can just charge in. Oh, yeah, we're going to be able to get our way in. Perfect. I was like, we could move up the 4 ladders. That's probably the play, but... Oh, so they have parked them there, though. And on that side. What? They didn't have anyone on that other side. Okay, well, let's send these guys around here, because we ain't going to get past those pikes. We're better off going against that cavalry, most definitely. So, yeah, the majority of our dudes are actually in here now. Against cavalry. And these guys actually might be able to get their way to the town square if they're lucky. My archers have moved up to the walls to try and hit those units that are there. But just try and rotate rightward if we can. 98, so we managed to take a little bit out. But it's just going to be a little bit difficult pushing through the pathfinding of this. So we've got some Macedonian cavalry charging. We've got some hoplites on the wall holding. While our skirmishers are trying to bring them down. And our Greek generals are holding on. Yep. Some of them don't want to move right, so we might be better off just to crush that unit and then move on. Those pikes are still sitting there. Unfortunately, some of those units got a little bit too close to the walls. Okay, now charge on in if you can. We're doing really well against that unit. There's not many more left of that. And they're not moving off either. They're just copying skirmisher fire, which is cool. Okay. So let's charge on through the gateway here and try and hit this Macedonian cavalry that are holding. Although they're heavies, we still should make quick work of them with our hoplites. So we've broken through the northern gate here. Macedonians, spears and Greek city-states shields clash. Alright, let's move you there. Right, back down here. What's going on? Skirmishers are still doing well. It's gone to 86% now. That cavalry unit did do alright, just sort of pinning us down a bit. Although we pushed through it, we're fine. Right, back over here, how well we're doing. Okay, we're losing a little bit of movement, it's okay. We are going to win this one. Numerically. But it's just going to take a little bit of time. As the Macedonian AI is really trying to block, grind, and sort of gridlock us up, trying to get into the town square. Okay, we've finally broken our way through into the town square. We've been successful on the southern gate as well, just turning into a little bit of a grind. But at the end of the day, we're still fighting with tier 1 hoplite units. So you can't expect too much of a crazy melee attack. But we are slowly but surely gaining ground in the Macedonian capital of Pella, which would be a huge conquest for us and the challenge of a united Greece. Okay. Hey, we've initiated the countdown finally and a clear victory. We've taken Pella. That was a long one. A lot of just standing around and grinding through. I'm going to have to edit that battle down a bit. But a clear victory. I'll take the result. And this could be the last of the Macedonians. Yeah, well, we do want to try and build the pops, though, around enslaving. Yeah, we'll continue it. Nope, they haven't been destroyed, so they're still about somewhere. Oh no, our faction leader is no more. Couldn't see a fully united Greece under his control. Yeah, that's a shame. The brave old Spartan. Kilo. So Dionysus of Sparta has now risen to the throne. Okay. So, military-wise, we've got a fair few armies now, which is good. We've got an army pushing westward. We found the Macedonian last settlement, by the way. Was it by Lazora that they took? We've also got a couple armies ready to start mobilizing against the Romans as well. So we can declare war upon them, push into Genoa. And we have another strike force that can hit Rhegium in the south with Dionysus, the new faction leader, wants a war to be remembered. A war against the Romans. Okay, so this should be the last of the Macedonians here, you would think. Unless they have a territory in Anatolia. I don't know. I thought Pella was their last settlement, so this one might not be. So, clear victory. Byzantium is now under Greek control, and that's it. She's all over Red Rover. The Macedonians have been defeated. Perfect timing with the defeat of the Macedonians. The war with the Romans can now kick off. So, we've got an army here that can hit into Stalia, Genoa. They haven't got much territory here. It looks like they're probably dealing with Gauls. So just a starter unit and a Nobilite. And we can occupy Genoa / Stalia. Oh, they've got an army to the north there we have to watch out for. Ah, that's annoying. Carthage want to cancel my alliance. Ah, hopefully they don't betray me. We're going to be able to take Regium now. So we currently have about 4 full stacks in operation. 1 heading the south against the Romans, 1 pincering in the north, and we have a huge opportunity here to capture Cornelius Scipio Africanus before he ever becomes the famed general he is. Now he's no more. Okay, so although we've taken Stalia, the Romans have reacted quite quickly. They have 2 military forces in the north. I wasn't expecting so many in the north. So we might have to fight this one. Nah, they're going to attack us as well. We should be able to beat them. We have a lot of skirmishers and hoplites in a defensive siege.
If you can smell something ripe, that's your enemy. That's what fear does to weaklings when they face the proud sons of Hercules. That's what you've done to them already. Free men, proud children of Greece, prepare to fight for your honor.
Okay, let's start the deployment. They have 3 battering rams. We have a little bit of high ground here in a defensible position. We should be okay. We've also got some Massalian units. We've only got 1 skirmisher actually and hoplites. If we hold hoplites, defensive, holding the line, should be able to, you'd think mathematically, just hold off a sword unit charging. But our first real fight against the Romans here today. In the north, we managed to surprise attack them and take Stalia. But the Republic has answered quickly and swiftly with a legionary response. First real fight, we did manage to take Regium and eliminate Cornelius Scipio Africanus. So the Romans have motive and they want to seek vengeance for the death of great Scipio. So we'll put a couple lines of defense. We'll put 3 down here with the general and the skirmishers. We should be able to keep these guys in defense. We should only need 3 units. If we're holding, like, shield wall, regardless of how many entries they make, we should be okay. But here come the Romans. They've got some Samnite spears there that are similarly equipped to soldiers that we control. Samnites seem to be moving the rams up. Hastati there as well. And some Principes by the look of it. So this is going to be a tough one against the might of the Roman war machine. Yeah. Let's hope our Gaulish allies in the north will be able to help us out. So we're not favoured to win this one. Probably 40% in our favour. So our slingers seem to be in range, so we can let them get some shots off. Just like peek over the fence here a little bit. Our arrow towers should be doing their work. Let's speed things up and wait for the Romans to get inside. We can keep those units at the back as well, just in case we need to rotate somewhere. They might try and flank us. Okay, the fort has now been breached. And we're defending the old Romans' home. They're breaking down the walls as well. But they haven't managed to get on through yet. Brave Greek hoplites. Hold the line. We'll chuck guard mode on as well. So that should stop them from moving and basically fighting to the bitter end there. The enemy have now breached the walls. That's fine. We'll drop a rally. Just in case that charge comes in pretty hard. But here come the Romans. The fort is breached. And now they're clashing upon this hoplite front line. They're slowly funneling in, so if we can sort of get my skirmishers to target that, we should be okay.
The enemy are through the wall.
Another Roman breach has now entered, so they actually outnumber us by about 600. No, it's actually a bit more like 800 actually. Okay, so these guys are holding for now. I'm going to move another infantry unit down just to brace that because they are losing a little bit more than I like. Okay, I thought these 3 dudes would be enough. We might not have enough, so let's move them down. Just the way they're attacking me here, they're just pushing for 1 unit, and they are nearly buckling those boys. Alright, just try and get the skirmishers to hit into the cluster. We might be able to hit them from the sides here, though. They seem to be a little bit exposed because they're only pushing for 2 units. This is going to be way too close for me to call. Our skirmishers are doing alright. But I think it's just a melee attack of those Principes and the Hastati. They are just carving through us like carving a cake. I thought our defensive holding would be enough. Do I try and go aggressive? They're peeling a little bit of... look at that, they are not holding. They are really not holding. They've lost 50%. Okay. So, I gave these hoplites a little bit too much confidence and competence, I think. Right, that unit there can stop any charge coming in. I think what we're going to need to do is try and surround them and play them at their own game. We might be able to surround them and get a huge morale penalty against them. So swing on around here. We might even do a cycle charge with the general. If you can get him around here. There we go. Okay, they're just sort of splintering some units around because the last thing I want is the town square to get captured. Skirmishers have nearly used all their ammunition. But this is what they want. They want us to draw us into an offensive attack. I think our unit quality is probably going to let us down in this one. This is going to be way too close to call. Yikes. Yeah. So, we're just trying to hold in some areas and try and surround them and push, but we are not making a dent into these Romans at all. We're cycle charging here with the general. And we are basically doing absolutely nothing. That's it. Unfortunately... Hang on, we might be able to... Oh, they've initiated the countdown. The thing is, we might be able to get a draw because there's only 5 minutes left. Because it's been like an hour. Oh, we're kind of baiting them a bit, but we might lose the general. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, he's dead. Well, that's it then. Oh, that's a shame. A clear defeat. Ah, we lost that army in the north. No. We were building that up for some time as well in South France. But now the Romans have destroyed half a stack in the north and killed one of our family members as well. Dionysus' brother. We just didn't make a big enough dent into them. Yeah, Jimenez. It was Dionysus' second brother killed by Romans. Well, now he's got a blood feud with them. Okay, we're pushing towards Tarentum now with Dionysus. It's a shame we lost Stalia, but that's total war. You win some, you lose some. You aggressively push too far and get caught out. Okay, let's repair Tarentum there, though. Oh, Mount Etna is now erupted as well. Or Etna, whatever it's called. So that's now popping off. Gotta watch out the inhabitants of Syracuse and Sicily. Okay, so we finally united the armies that were in Macedonia and in southern Italy. We have basically 3 full stacks in operation, and we can push towards Capua now and take out Servius Maxentius. Capua has now fallen to the Greeks. We're on the footsteps of Rome here, and we're going to be able to siege out the ancient city. So Dionysus and his brothers and nephews are going to push into Rome itself. So let's build up some siege equipment. There's a full stack inside as well. It's going to be a good one. We've brought probably nearly 100,000 Greeks to the Roman Republic's doorstep. Okay, no reaction. Looks like they're just going to try and hold the siege. I thought there might be an army coming down from the north or something. But they still have a couple territory left in the north. So let's fight this one. Yeah, nearly 10,000. So it's a 12,000 man battle. Pretty decent garrison inside. Let's finally take the capital of the Romans. So I guess we'll chuck it on AI because we kind of want, yeah, Rome to be surrounded and everyone to sort of swarm in. So let's allow all of my reinforcing armies to be controlled by the AI. Let's fight this one on the field.
Today is a good day to die, but better still to live and remember brave deeds done well. Now then, look to your front, mark your target, and let them worry about you.
Okay, let's get stuck into the Romans. So unfortunately our northern offensive failed. I thought I'd be able to like sort of pincer them on in, but we've thrown all of our eggs into the southern offensive basket. So Greece is now fully under Greek city-state occupation. The Macedonians are no more. We've got the entirety of them. Part of Syracuse, some of the islands as well, Rhodes and Crete. And Massalia and southern France all have sent soldiers for the Battle of the Age. Why can't I move my archers there? Is there not enough movement or something? What? We'll just put them there then. Yeah, maybe there wasn't enough room between the unit and the ladders and the skirmishers there. I don't know exactly. Okay, unfortunately the gates aren't open this time around. So we are going to have to get everyone's siege equipment up on. So let's pop you there. There. Move you there. Okay, so here is Rome. Not too much of a crazy build-up city at this point in time. Oh, the ram's gone instantly. Well, that's not good. Thankfully we have an abundance of ladders. We're gonna have to fall you back. Wow, it wasn't a huge or like a massively walled city, but even still the ram engulfed in flames. It didn't happen in the Siege of Pella. Maybe because we controlled the gateway. We've got some Romans on the walls here. And some others relocating in Rome. So there is the Colosseum. And here are the other reinforcing Greek armies. We are really pinning and pincering them from all sides. A four-pronged attack going on. Our Greek boys have made their way up onto the walls. Once everyone's in, we want to charge for the town square and initiate the countdown. Get those hoplites to lock down and pin those triarii if we can. The quicker we can get the gateway open, the better. The Greeks have made it onto the Roman walls. At least the Romans are giving us a better fight than the Macedonians. I guess they just had more provinces numerically and are far more wealthier. But we are making money hand over fist at the moment due to the Shrine of Hermes giving us a 10% to trade, and as we have essentially trade flowing from all over the Mediterranean, from our Greek colonies in Massalia, Rhodes, and then the heartland of Greece. So some Triarii has managed to stop us in our path here, but we should be able to break through them. We are just swarming on in here. Big old glorious blob. So it's a 12,000 man battle. 10,000 Greeks storming Rome. How crazy. So we've actually broken through a little bit more successfully on some other sides. On the eastern side there. I think some units are trying to get in. We are really struggling to break through that. It might take us a little bit of time. 95%, they have 88%. We're slowly ticking down against them. Okay, we finally managed to break through the grind and gridlock at the gateways. And most of our Greek forces are now in the streets of Rome, swarming past the Triumph and the Colosseum, and are in the town square. Let's charge on in and finish off the Roman units that remain. They've dropped down to 56%, we've lost 77. 3% now. Rome is about to fall. Yay, we've initiated the countdown. And the general is now gone as well. But Rome has now fallen to the Greeks. Dionysus has now got massive revenge for the death of his brother. 50 seconds remaining. So Dionysus is now the conqueror of the peninsula. Right, let's end that there. Good victory. Shame there was no Roman commander inside. They would have lasted a lot longer. If there was a Brutus or a Julii or a, I don't know, a Scipii. Okay, so let's eliminate that. That population to enslave would be way too much. So let's sack Rome. Just got some mopping up to do here now. After losing their settlements, they did push into the Gaulish ones, but we should be okay just to finish off the last of the Romans here. Marcus Maxentius is defending, but Dionysus, our faction leader, should have enough. We need to retake Stalia. And Iridium, I think that's what it is to the east. Mediolanium to the north as well. We'll move some reinforcements over there. Get rid of that. Then move you up. Okay, just to help out the order resolves here. So there's probably only 4 more Roman provinces left. Okay, which one has the ram? This one. Oh no, we need to build some. Okay, down here has siege equipment, yeah. Okay. I need a couple more settlements left before we put the final nail in the Roman coffin. So the siege equipment's been built here now. They're now gone. Yeah, the Romans aren't much of a threat now. We're just sort of mopping up the last of them. We want to completely destroy the faction and take the entirety of the peninsula. Move you here. So Mediolanium and Batavium still remains. So who's this? Yeah, Flavius Julius is inside. Okay. He's not going to stand a chance. And this should be the last of the Romans. Mediolanum. Julianus Scipio's inside. No, they're not. They got another. Hey, the Roman Republic has been destroyed. They had a territory up in the north. They just kept on fleeing into like Germany or Austria, whatever, into the Alps. Alright, so here is the Greek city-state empire. So we have the entirety of Greece, the Italian peninsula, under our control. So here is the might of the empire. So it's pretty strong at the moment, particularly with Greece and Rome under our control. We are making a whopping 20,000 per turn. Byzantium is under our control. Rhodes, Sicily, the peninsula, and even some territory in the north here as well, from Massalia in southern France. And we've also got Rome fully under our control. Dionysus is now 50. The Conqueror. Still got a lot of trade partners, but we've lost most of our allies. Here's the family tree as well. Only had 2 faction leaders and lost 1 general in the war. Dionysus' brother. Right, so unfortunately I've got to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. I've had an absolute blast playing for a fair few hours here today. This Greek city-state campaign. We went out and destroyed the Macedonians and the Roman Republic, what I wanted to do. And conquer the Italian peninsula and Greece and bring it under Greek city-state occupation. So, the overall objectives and challenge for today's video have been completed. Stay tuned for more videos on the channel. I want to do more on this Rome Total War Remaster. So in no particular order, there's some factions I'm interested in. Let me know in the comments if any of these factions suit your fancy. So we've got the Gauls, Carthage, the Seleucids, we've got Britannia, we've got the Germans, we've got the Spanish. Still a lot of factions I still have yet to play as. So thanks guys for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I've got to say thank you to this month's patrons and channel members. So I'm going to play the outro now. Thanks. Unfortunately, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my social media links in the description below if you'd like to stay connected with me. Let me know feedback and suggestions for the video. Got to say a huge thank you to my patrons and channel members: Victor K, Sebastian C, Jordan K, Caesar L, Brian S, Tal, Liam B, Kyle P, Tom C, and Wyatt P. So thanks guys, my name has been Simpzy, much love from Australia, goodbye.